Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, my dear Vascular colleagues, another lecture on my reflection from LINC 2023, and this lecture is on one of the very nice cases on lithotripsy in iliac artery disease. One of the very important things at LINC meeting is it collaborate with a lot of vascular meetings. One of them is VIVA from United States under Peter Schneider. LINC is always very great source of the vascular knowledge. It's very important to see new devices, and I will try to summarize what I have learned new. Now, as we have mentioned, LINC collaborate with Charing Cross, with multiple meeting with Frank Wies, with Viva, with CIRS. All of them have a dedicated session. And in all of them, they try to present what they have offered at their peak. So this is a case, Peter Schneider was a moderator, but it was performed in the Heart and Vascular Institute in Denver, Colorado, from United States, by Professor Erin Armstrong, one of the important vascular intervention in United States. He has basically a claudican patient, and he's using quite a standard procedure, which is intravascular lithotripsy or IVL. Now, the patient history is 75-year-old man with peripheral arterial disease, and he's a claudican. He's not a CLTI patient. He had an occluded left external iliac in 2020, which about 4 years ago or 3 years ago. He underwent successful intervention and placement of self-expandable stent, which was VBX, Viaband VBX. He had a moderate disease on the right-hand side, and he started to have a critical limb ischemia. Now his right leg has severe complication, and his left leg he has wrist pain. The duplex examination showed a monophasic signal, right common femoral artery, no focal stenosis in the right SFA or tibial. Left common femoral artery shows something very peculiar, very specific for a high-grade stenosis, where you get peak systolic velocity of 456 centimeters per second, which we will see in the angiogram. Note here that he has a Viaband VBX stent 3 years ago. This is the angiogram, this patient, and as you can see here, he is a diseased iliac vessel. You can see it's very calcified. Note, internal iliac is already occluded, and this is very nice, beautiful picture of 3 years follow-up after Viaband left common iliac artery. It really looks solidly good. That's why a lot of American interventionists prefer to use covered stent. It costs a lot, but longer term patency is very good. You can see here a little bit of dissection in that area. But why he gets critical limb ischemia in this? And this is the reason. Lesion in the common femoral artery, around 90% lesion with plaque. The SFA, the profunda, and the common femoral artery looks. So this is the angio on table, which has performed. You notice that he has a 3.5 centimeter aortic aneurysm, which is stable. So don't worry about intraluminal thrombi when you are crossing from one side to the other. Notice he also have an operation of a spinal fusion, and this is the plate screws used in the spine. And he has left VBX. One of the standard procedure, because before you do anything, is intravascular ultrasound. IVIS map, called intravascular ultrasound, present like this with an IVIS catheter, and he goes from the aorta until the common femoral artery. And this is the calcification across the way. It always been shown as a film. So you see this film. This is the calcification in the artery, heavily calcified, nearly, you might say 275%. In some cases it's 360. In some cases calcification is less. Then it goes into narrow part with a plaque, and you can see a very stenotic part of the iliac artery. And then you go further down and then you can see the amount of narrowing and the atheromatous plaque with the calcification. So IVUS catheter in IVL is quite standard, and that is why the cost of this procedure is really quite high. So this is IVUS, this patient on the right side. Now, this is the balloon, IVL balloon, which he have used the new catheter called M5, which is 7mm catheter and have rapid shots of lithotripsy into the iliac artery. And duplex guided puncture is routine for common femoral artery. You don't do puncture blindly because you must go through the 12 o'clock optimal micropuncture set, and then you change it to normal femoral cheese. Inflate at low pressure, 8-10 atmospheric, and then you start the cycle of lithotripsy. M5 catheter delivers 2 pulses per second. That is why it's very quick. It cuts to shorten the time, and you don't inflate the balloon quite high. He used 2 cycles. You can see a little bit of plaque there, and with 2 cycles, you actually fracture the plaque, the calcified plaque in the wall, and then you deflate the balloon between the 2 cycles. And this is very important to wash out all the debris in between. Here is the second cycle, and here is the angiogram after the second cycle. Beautiful effect, of course. You can see the calcification there. You can see a little bit of dissection here, dissection there, and this is a good way of doing lesion preparation in order to cover the stent. The balloon get more inflated up to 15 atmospheric after the second cycle, and then you can do another IVUS, another look with an IVUS to make sure everything is all right, and then you cover the stent with VBX stent. Now this approach, although it is expensive because the lithotripsy catheter is around $2,000, the IVUS catheter is another $2,000, and maybe you can use filter devices, which is another $500. So it's quite expensive. But it seems that IVL plaque modification for stent expansion seemed to work well, at least in the iliac part. We know it worked very well, and the evidence is on the other side. It's been working for 3 years. Now, this is internal iliac artery. Notice that it is occluded. It's not there anymore. And this is external iliac artery. And he went to 12 atmospheric after the lithotripsy. And this is a picture after 12 atmospheric. Much nicer, more smooth wall, but still little bit of antegrade dissection here. So this is the end result from the right side. Now he went into the left common femoral artery side, again with an IVL catheter. But this lesion, as you can see, it's a plaque protrusion, so this needs to have atherectomy device. He used atherectomy device to use it, and he used orbital atherectomy device, which is called the stealth. You can see this is a stealth device, and you have the spinning, and you go over this area 2 or 3 times in order to get the plaque out in multiple angulation. Some people put spider filter in distal SFA, but if it is such a small lesion, you can get away without a filter. He actually did not put a filter in this case. He used the Stealth 360 orbital atherectomy device. He did not use IVUS filter. And this is a picture after the balloon angioplasty using IVL balloon. And he uses 8 millimeter by 3 centimeter balloon to the common femoral artery. This balloon has 6 electrodes, and it is designed for iliac IVL. And he already have used it out of instruction to use IFU. He used this not for iliac, but for common femoral artery. And the end result is good, spectacular on both sides. So I will give you just a short video about the shockwave lithotripsy, which is a standard approach nowadays. It's one solution.
The shockwave intravascular lithotripsy system creates pulsatile sonic pressure waves
This is a catheter. This is a balloon.
in a safe manner. When the waves impact the calcium at nearly 50 atmospheres, they create a series of microfractures.
It causes a
After the
series of
calcium has been
microfractures.
fractured and trauma to the surrounding
So
soft
gradually
tissue
the
has
balloon
been
gradually
minimized, the
dilates,
vessel becomes more complete.
and lesion preparation
Once
becomes much
lithotripsy
better.
has been completed, the operator can proceed with the preferred treatment strategy to optimize outcomes.
So this is IVL that has been used. Now, lesson I have learned in this case is calcified iliac lesion. IVL with IVIS seems to be essential tools. Atherectomy devices is needed more and more. We'll see more of atherectomy devices. Stents is more like rotablator, which was been used by long ago by the cardiologist. And the cost of peripheral intervention seems to be going up with the new technology. IVIS in arterial seem to play a major role, especially in calcified vessel, where it will detect how much calcification, how it looks like, and this is important before IVL. I hope I have transferred to you what I have learned from LINC 2023, and this is a summary of one of the cases presented, and I hope it is of benefit to all of you. If you have any comment, please put it on the comment section of the video, and thank you very much.